times that she was engaged in prostitution. During those time periods, when you were working on the streets in Manhattan, you loved him then, didn't you?
For the most part, we had our ups and downs, and sometimes I was angry with him, but yes, I loved him.
Describe some of the downs for me. You said ups and downs. Give me an example of a down.
We go around 14 years of arguments.
I don't know, what are you really asking?
Does he have a specific in
Are
mind?
you asking about
I'm
what
asking.
they argued about?
I'm asking her what she would describe as a down. She's saying ups and downs. I want to know what that means.
Is he asking for one example or for 14 years of
No, I'm not
examples?
going to allow that. You can ask another question.
Give me one example then of a down.
Me wanting something and not getting my way.
Okay. What? Give me an example. What did you want?
Like, sex.
Okay. So you describe it down. When you're saying sex, you mean sex from Vincent George
Yeah.
Jr., correct?
Yes, especially around my period, I'd get extra horny, and if I wouldn't get it when I wanted it, I would hate the world.
Did anyone named George force you to become a hoe?
No.
Did anyone named George force you to stay a hoe?
No.
Junior went crazy on the phone in words when he talked with you about Queens, right?
Objection.
It's cross-examination.
Objection is detectorization.
You want to
Okay, I'll go. Junior went off about you going to Queens, didn't he?
Yes.
And in that call where he went off, he mentioned safety was a concern. Isn't that right?
Right.
He also went off in a call having to do with Atlantic City, right?
Right.
Which was after you related to him that you had unprotected sex with a John, right?
Yes.
And he went off about having unprotected sex, didn't he?
Yes.
Did anything Junior ever said to you make you feel afraid?
No.
It would be fair to say that Junior had his rules, right?
Right.
It rules. The way he operated as a pimp, right?
Yes, I knew exactly what I was getting myself into.
And you knew that the first time you made his acquaintance, didn't you?
Yes.
Except for the added feature that he would help you try to get off narcotic drugs, right?
Yeah.
And among his rules were that you had to get, when you were working, you had to get out to go to work on time, right?
I had a time that I wanted to be there, yes.
Okay. Well, among his rules was that you would stay off drugs, right?
Right.
And among the rules were not to be late for a date, right?
No. I mean, not exactly.
But
I dealt with all that at work. Like, it didn't really have nothing to do with him.
right, and in fact, it was understood that you were in charge of the dates, right?
Yeah.
The Johns, in turn, had no control over what happened on the dates, did they?
I had no control over
Yeah, the Johns had no control. In other words, you ran the
Yeah,
Johns.
I was in control.
Yeah.
If I didn't feel I was in control, then I wouldn't go through with it.
You got in with Junior because you wanted to, right?
Correct.
And you knew what you were getting into, right?
Correct.
And you knew what you were signing up for when you got into the life with him as your pimp, right?
Correct.
Now, have you been repeatedly arrested for prostitution?
Yeah, I have a few cases.
Did Mr. Temple and his agents ever meet with you or talk with you or try to talk with you?
No, they did not.
Did any police officials ever try to offer you services in connection with any of your prostitution arrests?
No.
Had anyone offered you the opportunity to get out of the life, you wouldn't have taken them up on it, would you?
No.
you became a prostitute, someone who sold her body for money because you wanted to, right?
Correct.
And you were doing that before you met Junior, weren't you?
Yeah.
And you're doing it to this day because you want to, right?
Yeah. On pause, but
Right, well, now you're obviously with child, right? So you're not doing it now.
no.
Well, that's using your head. Did I hear you tell Mr. Epstein that you would go back to all of it, warts and all, if you could?
Yes.
You wouldn't change anything?
No.
Are you a victim, ma'am?
No.
What do you have to say to somebody who says, no matter what you say, you're a victim?
Objection. I'll allow it. I answer.
Yeah, you can answer.
I would say that I make my own choices. I'm not a dumb person. I know exactly what I'm doing, and